Welcome to day 17 of 40 Seconds for 40 Days. There's a fascinating piece written by Reb Shabsai Cohen, the Shach, who appears right off of the Shulchan Aruch as one of the primary commentators, and he explains in his introduction that Ubirarti v'shikalti hakol bekaf me'oznaim, that I made sure to refine and weigh all of the subject matter as much as I possibly could. And he says, I reviewed it over and over again, and I didn't just go over it one time, two times, but rather, he says, I reviewed it 101 times. And still, he says, by the way, there's a good chance that I'm not correct and everyone else is correct. All those who argue with me, maybe they're the right ones and I'm the wrong ones. And you understand, of course, the tremendous humility that is necessary to say something like this. But at the same time, we also need to sort of bring this into our modern day perspective. We live in a world where everyone wants to have an opinion. And of course, everyone is entitled to that opinion. But before we go ahead and say that everyone is right or that everyone has the right to an opinion, let us realize that there is a level of education that's required for that. If you could have someone who is as knowledgeable as the Shach say that he reviewed things over 100 times, and even then he wasn't sure if he was correct, and then you contrast that with people nowadays who unfortunately do have a level of hubris and sort of just assume that they know everything and that because they pontificated for just a few moments, their opinion is correct and others are not, it sort of can teach us two lessons. Number one, that humility is critical, and number two, that to really understand something deeply and to truly be able to say that you can have an iota of a perspective that is worthwhile in a matter, you have to review it and go over it and over it again. It's not just enough to just learn something once. We need to keep reviewing, and perhaps this is a lesson that we can take for ourselves, that when it comes to mastering anything, in particular in the context of this 40 seconds for 40 days, mastering our relationship with Hashem, it's not something that you can work on once and then hopefully achieve a perfection in. It's something that you can need to continue to review over and over again, keep working on over and over again, and then perhaps after hundreds of times of review, maybe thousands if not more times of review, maybe then ultimately you can say you have a little bit of a strong connection with Hashem, that your connection is already worthwhile. And so this should serve as an encouragement for us to continue to work on our relationship with Hashem, because truly the more you work and refine yourself in something, the greater connection, the greater the knowledge base would be. Wishing everyone a beautiful day.